Hello everyone, Ryan Prop.Geaver here. I was not expecting to make a video today, but the Nintendo Direct came out and was largely okay. Some things that were neat. Metroid Prime 4 looked amazing. And I was kind of hoping for a shadow drop, but it's in December, which is the most likely outcome. But that's not why we're here today. We're here because Fire Emblem is coming out, and it's a new game, so I have things to talk about, because I was running with the assumption that the Fire Emblem 4 remake was happening. That has been leaked for multiple years now. Not the case. Instead, we get to suffer with more years of Three Houses discourse. Yay! I love Three Houses. I also have a lot of qualms about certain things in Three Houses. There are specific pieces I want to point out, first of which is the very end, where we get the only true connection to Three Houses that is direct and upfront. We have an older Sothis here. I love this design. She's voiced by Cassandra Lee Moore still, so not a person who looks like Sothis. This is Sothis. And they are speaking to someone they are very familiar with, who may not remember them due to a large gap in time. And this seems to be a large gap in time, first and foremost, so that they don't have to decide which storyline is canon, because Three Houses and Three Hopes each give a different timeline branch of events based on your choices of who or says chooses to support. So, I think that is probably the cleanest way to follow up on Three Houses' world, without needing to bend over backwards, but also make as many different sequels. So this is going to be in a whole new world. It's going to be far in the future. Very Roman design inspired. And we have like a gladiator-esque games. And we seem to have 4 central main characters in a sort of Octopath Traveler, half of an Octopath style situation. I don't think we're going to have a choose-your-own-adventure pick to choose to follow one of these 4 characters. I think they're all going to be relevant to the story. And based on the wording of the voiceover, where they say it is an intertwined story, what stories will lie within, or something like that, I think this is going to be closer to the idea of Engage's pacing compared to Three Houses pacing. I don't think we're going to be choosing stories, but I think we will have maybe choices inside that determine which characters maybe win out for an overall story. But the characters themselves, let's get to a point of gameplay real quick. First is the young Lord Boy. His name is Sai, or Kai. I love his design. And he is an interesting class. He's riding this chocobo-like creature, which is called an Orneus. So he's a flying Orneus rider. I wonder, because here we see it is not flying, and I wonder, upon his promotion, if he will get the chance to become like an actual fly, like his Orneus will fly and increase his mobility. I do see you can dismount, so he can become a grounded unit. Very FE1, FE3, FE4 kind of style there. Combat arts, I believe, are similar to Three Houses and Three Hopes. Obviously more Three Houses because turn-based. Blaze arts are interesting, we'll go over those in just a moment. But he seems to wield spears and swords, so he's kind of a more traditional Fire Emblem lord. He's got the blue hair. Then next we have Theodora, who is very much like a blend of Edelgard and Rhea. And I have a feeling like she is a descendant of the Neptunes from Three Houses. And she is a spear as well. She's a noble, and she has the Mahadu spear, which looks like to be a unique weapon. But she is very, like, Edelgard Rhea-esque. Then we have Alucard. This is Dietrich. He's a Myrmidon, and I love his design. He reminds me a lot of classic FE Myrmidon designs, but he's a big guy. He has a unique weapon called the Answerer, which is sick, but it's also a relic weapon. So it's sourced from the bones of the ancients, like the ancient Epitams. So, and his personal skill is Murderous Intent. So he's going to be a fun character to go through. And then we have Leia. Leia is on a quest for revenge, which is a very Octopathy kind of character. But she here is a hunter, but she's kind of like a bard. And her blaze arts here are a bunch of different songs that she can sing that have a whole bunch of different effects that cost HP to use. So she's going to use the Song of Beasts here to summon a beast. And then this is like the princess-esque character for Sai. And we have some more characters here and more of the Nemesis-esque, Byleth-esque sword. Some more minor characters that we'll get to know in time to come. The image I got of this image of this throne reminded me of Nemesis. Because it's not... So, like, my theory that I didn't go into before, Theodora is notably the one speaking to this first, is I think Byleth is here. Not here, but I mean here with Sothis, because she very notably does not connect with really anybody else other than Byleth in both games she has appeared in. And her tone is very, like, familiar. She knows who she's speaking to, and is trying to get the person who she's speaking to remember her. And it wouldn't be the first time that a person who is long thought to be dead comes back in the modern time, because that is exactly what Nemesis does in the Golden Deer storyline in Three Houses. So, if Byleth is a kind of old, aged villain-esque character, I'm down with that. If they are an aged, like, mentor character, I'm down with that, because I've learned through Three Hopes that Byleth, when you are not in the perspective of Byleth, is a very interesting character. And otherwise, they are kind of voiced, like, very intentionally for a purpose. But when you are not in Byleth's head, they're very fun. So I'm very excited, and I think that they will be here. I wonder if they will stick with a canon Byleth gender, because they have done that with avatars in the past, where they have one that is traditionally advertised as the main. And for Byleth, I believe it is female Byleth. So I'm very excited. I want to know more, and I'm excited to learn about this new world and how it connects to Foden. So that's going to be it from me. If I find anything else, I'll update. But check you guys next time.